Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel Aquarius, and yeah, it's a bit rainy here at the moment in Ngāruawahia, here in the Waikato in New Zealand, so it's kind of refreshing, as well as like, and the temp, there's a little bit of humidity as well, but it's not it's not like sticky at the moment, well, for me anyway, for where, because sometimes, you know, when it rains and it can be quite warm and it can be quite sticky, like very humid, and to that point it's not like that, not for me anyway. That's not how I'm experiencing it, and it may be something like for you as well that may be going on. It may be a little, something's like got you a little bit like heated up, and maybe in a sticky situation, and but there's some little bit of water or rain that's around you that's talking about a cleansing. So there's a few things within this. It's like there is a bit of a cleansing, and I'm just hearing like getting out of your head as well, and not allowing and like, you know, not allowing yourself to be free of the other bits and pieces that really don't serve you any purpose for your highest good. So there's a sense like you would have just heard me say not allowing, so that's like changing it around and say just allowing only that which serves you for your highest good to be in your space, and it's like mind, body, spirit, soul. So there's like a emotional, mentally, physically, spiritually, and soulfully. Okay, cool. Done, got that, awesome. So anyway, I just, as always, I want to say thank you to everybody, all you Aquarians out there who have given, you know, like thumbs up, you know, likes, shares, comments, and donations as well, and subscribing to my YouTube channel, and you know, and liking and following on my Facebook page as well. So I do encourage you know, connecting with both platforms, social media platforms, only because, like, as most of you you know, gather, there is different content that is goes on, works better on different social media platforms. So so I'm just going to be more putting the videos on here now, which is something that's been in a that's been like in transition. It was really up to me now. Like I got the, you know, the drawing to just, you know, separate them now, create a boundary, you could say. But so the videos will be uploaded onto YouTube. So I do encourage you to subscribe now or at the end of the video, and also connecting in with both with the Facebook page, as well as, and or if, you know, you want to, on Instagram as well. So there's, yeah, there'll be different content on there. So the thing is with that one as well, I will be posting putting a post up, and so your days are typically on, you know, Thursdays, so for Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. So I will, you know, put a post up with the links to your videos on you three on Facebook, okay, on my page. So keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, you know, like, yeah, that's why subscribing to the channel you'll get a notification, or it will pop up and you'll know when I've posted a video. Okay, keeping in check with that. So anyway, that's just the little bit of information. You'll notice some changes coming up with that. So the other thing is just just a reminder to just take what does resonate with you and leave what doesn't, and or just pack it up, because often it can be a more of a forecast for you, and it may be something that is like in the distant, you know, past, or the recent past that's come up. So it could be something that, or even in the now, that you might resonate with you as well. So this reading, well, this video is for you, Aquarius. If Aquarius is in your sun, moon, rising, is a sun, moon, rising, and or Venus sign for you in your chart. And if you don't know what your other signs are, which is what I suggest, if something's not quite gelling right with you, or you feel like you need a little bit more, and to bring, you know, give you more of a comprehensive overview of what might be coming up, and what to add on to this reading. Yeah, just check out in the description box below, there is a website there that has there is a link for a website that will take you to a, there's a link in the description box below, that will take you to a website that has a free calculator in there, and it will work it out for you. And that way you can check out what your other signs are. So, so there may be a little bit of tongue-tiedness going on with you wanting to explain something or get something out in some way or form or share something, and it's kind of been, maybe a little bit of a block there, or you may be trying to say something but not wanting to say something to someone or share something, to someone, maybe a group of people. So there may be an interview or something like that. So what I'm hearing is just practicing what you're wanting to say, or get in mind what you want to say, and just like write it down and like read it to yourself, or practice saying it or something like that. Whether it is a speech or an interview, or just like, you might be proposing, or there may be some sort of presentation that's something that's new for you. It's just maybe having a little practice, because it's, just to get some nerves out of the way and just get something going in your mind to like, so you become a little bit more confident with what you're going to share with everybody, with people. Okay, so this week I'm using the Starman Tarot, as well as the Crystal Spirits deck, or a crystal that I'm more drawn to. I'll just move that back to that may be helpful for you in your clearing, healing in this week or this month or whatever, or for however long you feel like it's helpful for you, or you need it around. So the other thing is, my son's dog is at my feet. So and the other thing is, if you don't want to buy it and add to your collection, or if you can't get a hold of it, or you just simply don't want to buy another one, buy one. Google it, or go on the internet and just like find an image on there for moonstone. Now, moonstone is the crystal that's come up for you. So I'm just going to, I do have some information written in my on my computer in a box there, but it's like I have not clearly labeled them. So I'm just going to Google some information with some brief meanings or information about moonstone. So, there's something about information. So like gathering information. So you might have maybe having a little bit of a hiccup, some of you, in wanting to learn something new, or sharing something new, or something like that. But there's something about information, and new beginnings. So there must be a new beginning, because this moonstone here. So moonstone is about new beginnings. A stone for new beginnings is moonstone. A stone is which is a stone of inner growth and strength. It soothes emotional instability and stress, and stabilizes the emotions, providing calmness. It also enhances intuition, promotes inspiration, success, and good fortune in love and business matters. So there's something shifting within, which there's something that you're wanting to share or get out there to share with people. It's like, but there's about a new beginning, with something that you're wanting to create and move into. So definitely something in there. And I this is about balance, because it's number 3. And we're number 37 in the deck. So, and I'm just noticing I'm taking my time just to swallow, or I'm needing to take a moment or a breath, and I'm needing to swallow or clear my throat. And then it's like something is shifting, because my sinuses are even we're a little bit blocked, or not even blocked, but something is running or something is moving. So whether you maybe have something there where, with your sinuses or blockage or hay fever or something of some sort, but it's like with my eyes and then through there. So something's opening or something is coming away. And so when that for me is around liverishness, if you may have heard of that expression yourself, and so you may be a little bit, or may have been a little bit liverish as per se, and you know, so they may be like a little bit grumpy or a little bit annoyed or frustrated about something or someone, which is where this clearing of the throat is like expressing yourself. So it may be that there's something in the bigger picture and out in the world there that you're wanting to talk about or express to people, your thoughts about something. And so whether it be political or just, you know, in a community or in your own family, you know, that sort of thing, community, and that one. And it could be about a certain subject, so or whatever that is, but it's something definitely about expressing yourself. So, whoa, but it's about balance too. So number 37 in the deck is that card. So 3 is about balance. It's about, you know, the balance within. It's finding that balance within yourself and that total understanding and that being and knowing, you know, and finding that pivotal point. And, you know, as with balance, basically, with whatever it is that you're working through. So like for, you know, so what they're showing me is like, you know, well, yeah, like scales of justice is like finding that balance, and or the scales in, you know, in the balance of not just equality or justice, but everything else, you know, in, oh gosh, where they're going, because I'm hearing like with love, is you know, like looking at when we over love or under love, or, you know, or whatever. I'm just using, for some reason that's what's coming through. So some of you will understand that, and like what is love and how does love look, or how does love feel. So there's a lot of questioning around things as well. So yeah, it's kind of really interesting. So there's, for some reason they're talking about like the new beginning, in a new beginning, and something that you are forming or bringing to, you know, stepping out of or stepping into. But basically it's because of the way you see things now, and your perspective of things. And like something is, whatever somebody's done or whatever the situation is, it's like releasing something. Generally we have to look in within ourselves. So, and it's partially it's come up because there's something about you that it's in a way, maybe not to this exactly the same extent, that it's like it may be on a different scale, you could say, about which is helping you see something within yourself, okay, that is requiring healing from you. So we have the 9 of Swords as the first card out. So that is about like perceiving danger everywhere, basically, the 9 of Swords. So there's something maybe like hanging over your head, and it's like, but I'm hearing like, you know, and it is in the thoughts, in the realm of the thoughts, and it's also, the Swords is about like communicating as well, and making decisions. So it may be that, because, you know, when we're not making a decision, we're usually, it's because we're not trusting ourselves and our intuition of what we're getting, or where we know we need to be going rather than where we know we should be going, and, you know, all that sort of thing. So, or being influenced by what others, you know, what others are thinking. So, and then it creates this like doubt or this anxiety that was within us, and we, you know what I mean. So, and there's a whole lot of other things that are happening there, but this is like, seems you've kind of overthought things. So this is about like sifting through things and allowing only, you know, and having a really good like look at that, you know, what it is, and what drama have you bought into, what other people's opinions have you bought into that have, you know, shifted the way that you're thinking about what it is that you want to do, be, give, have, and, you know, and who it is that you want to do, be, give, or what you do things in your life. Do sounds a bit rude, doesn't it? But anyway, you know what I mean. Do things with, have, and, you know, give and want to be, do, give, and have in life. Oh gosh. And why and who. It's like, who am I sort of thing. So this is about you taking a good look and weighing things up. So I perceive danger everywhere is in this card. So, and it's like in another card, deck of cards, it's, you know, like it's, look over here, it's all above her head. So it's like it's like it's all out there, and, you know, thought. So that is the lead card. So that may be where some of you are at the moment, or have been, or you may go into that. So just be mindful that actually this is like a processing and of things that you probably have like bottled up, banked up, and got to a really nice place. And it's like the universe, it's like your journey is like getting you to like push past, understand, through pushing past while you're understanding things, because there's something that's come to an end. So you must have done, most of the, the hard work, because, the ace starts with its new beginning. So you've had an understanding of, a change in the way that you're thinking, and then there's this processing period about what that's all about. And sometimes then we get to like say 5-ish, and when it's like a little bit more, it comes up, and then then we process a little bit more, see the, and just figure out what is, what serves us for our highest good, and notice what the drama is and whatnot. And then we go into like, that processing and letting it go, and really going a little bit deeper and releasing stuff. So, and sometimes that can be quite tricky. So then we get the 9. So there's something about like, even though there's that feeling that there is danger, you may, danger or stuff could happen, in the future, that's where the anxiety is, really about, a fear of the future, whereas depression is a fear of the past, in the sense that, there's a lot of stuff in the past that we carry, or sometimes, no, I don't anymore. But there are still some things that, that pop up every now and then. It's like, oh, that triggers something, remind me, and, blah, blah, blah. So it's like releasing that. So, which creates, if we hold on to it, which is what they mean, it brings it into the now, which in the end, like, as if you understand that, is, we end up putting it into the future. So therefore it becomes a fear of the future with anxiety, because made up of the thoughts that in the energy from the past. So it's like, cut that out, understand it, release it, learn from it, realize it, acknowledge it, accept it, blah, 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 and then moving forward, into the now. So there's something there that at the moment, because this is obviously you being the air sign, Aquarius, and the swords is an air sign. So it's like, okay, so there seems to be something coming to an end, because there's a completion of a cycle is the number 9 for me. And it's about that, and it's about you. So you may be communicating more, your energy is shifting, so you may be feeling like you can communicate more, express yourself more, and you've been through this period of of maybe going into the hermit, or the what's that other one called, the hermit, and I've forgotten what he's called. Oh, it'll come to me later. Processing, spiritual awakening, and that sort of thing. Oh my God, I've got blank. So we'll just see what comes up there next for you. So there's maybe some of you are in that space right now, and finishing and completing that cycle, moving into a new the cycles of expression and emotional stuff that's there, and whatever it's. Oh, see, Daisy threw all those away. Hang on, Sonny boy. I'll pick up all those. Okie dokie. Right, these two were the ones that come up. So the 8 of Swords. So this is where, this is about, you releasing yourself from restraint, basically, with the 8. So as you can see in there, so this is, I use what restricts me. So when we're talking about using what restricts me, is like, it's like as in the way out, basically. So it's like doing the opposite thing. So it's interesting. I use what restricts me. I didn't actually realize that was what on there, but it's about really allowing yourself to set yourself free, basically. And all that information that and from the past is actually, like they're talking about, is like allowing your mind to, because this is you again, restricting yourself. And it's like, this is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so And the Wheel of Fortune talks about, you know, I understand there is a time and a season for everything. So this is, you know, there is a time and a season for everything, but this is something, whatever is restricting you, and comes back to this as well. The Nine of Swords is like something is there, but it's you restricting yourself from like going into this Wheel of Fortune space, okay? Basically. So everything is there. And there is a time and a space, because the Wheel of Fortune is like, it's like that circle, it's like what as it says in then, and it's like there is a phase, you know, where there are phases when we go through that's go, and sometimes we can, you know, have a lot of money, and sometimes we can, you know, be quite short on money, and then it's like there's a cycle that goes around. So there seems to be like maybe you either have a lot of money and you may be going into that mind frame that you might lose it, or something might steal it, or something like that, or you might not have a lot of money, so it may be, you know, that you're maybe blocking something in the sense of creating your financial freedom or fortune or whatever, or abundance or prosperity. So some of you, on saying that, you know, with the Wheel of Fortune side of it, it may be that, you know, you do have a lot, not necessarily financially, but and there's that fear that's coming in there. So that's shift, you know, but it's like if you stay in that space, it's being mindful about the space that you're in with that. So anyway, I forgot to talk about the number 7 in this one, so being number 37. So 7 is about realizing that actually you, it's about the creator. And it's really learning and realizing, moving into that processing about that actually we are the ones that create whatever it is that's in our lives. You know, like if we're wanting to have that prosperity and abundance, we have to take a step in to create it, or take action to create it in whatever way we need to create it with, you know, what the skills that we have. So, you know, for whatever is the success, like I say, whether it be financially, whether it be romantically, you know, or whatever, or with a family, success comes in many different ways. It's like across the board. So I'm not they're not like limiting it. So just thinking outside of the square. But I keep going back to this Wheel of Fortune and the 8 of Swords. So the Wheel of Fortune, you know, and this wheel of the seasons as well, as they're talking about that, is like, you know, as you know, with the seasons, it's warmer, then it gets, you know, cooler, and then it gets really cold, and it starts to get warmer again, and then it gets really warm into summer though. So it's like, and sometimes, you know, our financial flow and our energetic flow can be along the same lines as well. Okay, so then we have the Ace of Pentacles. So there is something there about with the financial side there. So something is turning around, and there's something coming into a new phase or a new way of thinking about money, and how you're going to create financial income, or a project maybe shifting or moving. But I'm also being drawn to like grounding as well with the Ace. So there's maybe something that's coming up that will help ground you, ground everything that's in your life. Maybe more financially. So there could be a new job coming up, or there could be a new contract in some way that's coming up for a job or for your business or something like that, or new clients. It could be like for you, some of you, is a new project that's coming up that I feel like the spirit, you know, like you're taking the action, you're bringing things together, and it's like now you've got to just put it out there. So for the likes of, say, you know, like for me as an example, with the, you know, the groups and the classes and the workshops and the different retreats that I'm looking at. So there's one thing at a time. So workshops are like now, you know, for me, and I'm looking into doing the retreat side of things soon. So it's, you know, more so, and not just the readings, or you know, having a nice blend of both. So there's a lot of movement that's going on, and so they're kind of using that as an example. So but there could be something that's in the family that's shifting as well. So you and your family, the dynamics in your family may be shifting and moving and into something new as well. Or maybe moving house, or there may be a new child that's coming or something. and you know, or a new business that you've started. So the Ace of Pentacles is there. So this is definitely something new. It could mean, you know, a change in a where there could be a lack of, but that's, you know, that's, or a change in the sense that there is more of, okay? There's a potential to earn more, but also there, on the other side of it, there could be the potential to lose money. So there may be a weighing up of with some things for some people. But however, I have the Emperor here. So it tells me that, you know, I lead by example. So this is like shifting your energy. And because it's like, you know, this one here is you, it's, you know, freeing yourself from those restrictions so you can shift that energy and move into, get something moving. Follow the seasons, follow, you know, because that, like, sometimes, like I say, the money, you know, is a cycle. There could be a cycle in the money, and just like there is a cycle in the seasons. And so the Emperor comes in, I'm leading by example. So he is, you know, very much like, a lot like the Magician in a way. How he, you know, has that energy where he is quite strict, quite strong, but he is, you know, one that takes the time to understand things, the knowledge and the wisdom as well, is what I'm getting for this energy. Is like, but he's very a lot like the king in a way as well, in how he produces and creates and works with people as well. So you know, like, he can be quite firm, but also quite fair as well. You know, like with the King of Pentacles energy coming in there as well. He's like, he works hard for his money. He's very clever, but not just like hard, but he works clever. He works smart, basically. So there's that sort of energy in there. So there's something that's shifting. So that tells me, for me, if you, depending on your choice, but there looks like the Emperor is coming in, that you maybe do choose to get moving, get cracking, and taking that next step and pushing past some of the boundaries that you have in your mind that stop you from taking that next step, and not holding off, because often what I'm hearing is, you know, for a lot of us, we get so far and it's like we kind of relax a bit, and then it's like, and because we're kind of exhausted in a way, because, you know, with everything going on, but it's like now it gets to this comfortable space where, yes, to take a rest, but now but then it's also keeping moving as well. So that's where the goals come in handy, is what I'm hearing. So setting some goals. So then we have the Seven of Swords that's in here. So the Seven of Swords talks about, I want what others have. So this is breaking. The only way you're going to get through that is breaking free from these restrictions there that you've got, and then like working through, you know, this whatever has been holding you off, these limiting belief systems and things that you've been brought up with, and that sort of thing, and expressing yourself. Like leading by example, walking your walk and talking your talk, doing that inner work that, you know, that is really super amazing and valuable, but it also, in the sense, in every which way, because it's like, it lifts your soul, it lifts your spirit, it gets you back on track, and we learn more about ourselves, and we learn more information about, about ourselves, and therefore we can teach it, and we want to learn more out there and how we can lift not only ours, but others as well. And it's not necessarily in a teaching form, it could be more as just as much as, you know, like with the family and the family dynamics in your community, without not necessarily in a teaching facilitating space. Okay, just by walking your walk and talking to other, you know, you'd be surprised at how many people you know, notice it. Not in watching you, I was going to say watching, but yes, watching you, but not necessarily in a like eagle eye way, you know, but it's just like people notice things, you know, and observe or see things, changes and adaptations that you've been, set some boundaries. So that's the next message that comes through, setting some boundaries. And sometimes we do need to set some boundaries with some people, and ourselves as well, with certain people. So you know, often people can be quite influential, and we don't realize that we've taken on some of that which doesn't serve us, and also, you know, what does serve us as well. So, but it's just taking a note. So it's not, they're not talking about that, you know, Spirit aren't bringing that, you know, in a way that's like to be super on guard or anything, but it's just being mindful, okay, about what, you know, of yourself and where you're going, where your thoughts are coming from, what, you know, and that sort of thing. So are you expressing your truth and allowing the same opportunity, or them the same opportunity? So there may be something like that where you may be communicating something, but you're not actually like listening to somebody else. So that maybe where some of this this clearing of the throat stuff is coming from. So maybe you. So everybody has an opinion. We don't always have to like take that on board. Just saying. And we make our own decision based on what we want to do, knowing that it comes from this amazing heart space place, and we've waved it up, or you've waved it up based on your principles and your ethics and your information and what feels right for you, your intuition, basically. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there with lots of love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement and adventure, but also and prosperity and abundance, okay? So I feel like, yeah, there's something's moving on really nicely there. So should you allow yourself to, you know, to challenge yourself and move into that amazing energy and prosperity that is out there for you. And learning from that. So your energy is shifting, and the energy in the intergalactic or the universal energy or the planetary energy is shifting now. So you may have had a really rough time this last 2-3 months, and it's maybe got a little bit better and a little bit worse than the, you know, about a couple of weeks ago, and it's starting to like wane away a little bit. So maybe plateauing a bit now for you, which I kind of feel like this is plateauing. You're probably thinking, if that's plateauing, I'd hate to see what intense is. So I do feel like, yeah, some of yous, and so it's actually really beautiful. So where are they going? Okay, so anyway, yep, we'll leave you with that. And we shall see you next Thursday. So anyway, all that love and energy comes from, you know, my amazing, super amazing spiritual team and the amazing galactic, intergalactic and multi-dimensional energies who are working with me, us today, with these readings, this message, and also the amazing sign of and energy of Aquarius. So God bless you. We'll see you next Thursday.